Mr. Cage, you have some delicious cultural touchstones that you have built into this world. Things that are immediately noticeable. And they seem very character-driven. In one case, it is the mask itself of Big Daddy, which, as John said, is very different than the one in the book. Can you talk about how these influences found their way into the film and what they meant to you?
Well, begin with, if I sound strange, it's because I've been shooting in Louisiana, it's covered in pollen, and I have laryngitis. So if I sound like a black blues singer, that's why. The thing about Big Daddy is when Matthew Vaughn first showed me the belt for the character, it was a yellow belt, right? And it had like little tubes on it. And I said, I know what that is. That's the belt from Batman, the 60s TV show, right? He said, that's exactly what it is. What do you think? Can we pull it off? I said, well, not only do I think we can pull it off, it was the coolest thing about his character. Not his character, about his costume. So I said, I want to wear that. And not only that, I want to talk like him. Because it occurred to me like he would speak in these staccato rhythms, you know, like everything kind of had these odd fluctuations and didn't really go together for any particular reason. I thought it was interesting. So I thought that Big Daddy should talk like that. Because everybody out here loves comic books, right? And comic books, I was the first to say, are the modern mythology of the time, like Greek myths. They give people power. There are people that go out and wear Batman t-shirts under their cop uniforms, and they wear Superman t-shirts under their paramedic uniforms, because that's what gives them the guts to go in and get the job done. So, yeah. So, it's like young, right? Like collective unconscious. Damon's doing the same thing with Adam West. Being Big Daddy, being Batman from the 60s TV shows, what got him the guts to do it with clean up Tamiko's gang. Then it's really stupid to talk about the work because it takes it all the mystery away. But the work speaks for itself. But I was asked a question, so I'll finish the answer. But Damon was I dated a girl years ago, and her dad was a cop, and he always wore these glasses, and he had that mustache that a lot of cops wear. And he always called her child. Oh, child. I thought it was so strange, you know. So I thought that Damon should be that guy, you know.
Aaron? So Aaron, in the fight scenes, Hit Girl and Big Daddy do these amazing things, these unbelievably intricate, choreographed fight sequences, and you are, by design in the film, a little bit less polished on the battlefield. How did you prepare for it? And as you were watching them do it, did you ever want to do more? Are you hoping that in the sequel, maybe Brad Allen comes in and choreographs you and gets you up on the wires and things?
Yeah, I guess Hit Girl should start training up Kick-Ass, maybe. Yeah, he definitely he needs to know how to fight. Yeah, I didn't do too much training. Roll around the floor quite a lot, wave my arms around, take a couple of punches. It's quite technical. Yeah, now I'd sit back and just watch Chloe perform.
I'm with you, man. We both get our ass kicked in this movie and don't do any ass kicking.
Well, you may not kick ass, but you have an unbelievable car in this film.
Yes.
The Mistmobile is unreal. You know, this is very different across the board than what you've done before. Can you talk about your first read of the script, and then also can you talk about sort of putting together the look for Red Mist, that sort of 70s glam rock superhero vibe?
That was hair and makeup's job. I didn't do any part of the costume making. It was, they wanted to go for the alter ego kind of David Bowie look. And that's what that hair kind of pulls off, or Aaron says the Rihanna look. Either way, but I got Adam Lambert once, and I refused to say that that's what the hair looks like. The costume looks great though on camera. That's all that matters, really.
And can you talk about your first reaction of reading the script when it was given to you?
Yeah, it was bloody and violent and funny, and that's everything that I want to see in a movie. So I had to go in an audition. I actually auditioned and read for Kick-Ass, and Matthew Vaughn hated it right there in the audition, but gave me the part of Red Mist right there, which is amazing.
Now, Clark, you are, like many of the people up here and many of the people in the audience, you're a comic fan, and Marty, in many ways, is the voice of the comic fan in the film. You're the guy who sort of is a little bit ahead of the game. As you pointed out earlier, you sort of figure out what's going on, even though nobody's listening to you. And you're kind of there to ground Dave. Can you talk about, on set, what tips you gave Aaron on playing an American kid, and also like an American comic fan?
I don't think Aaron needed a whole lot of tips from me acting-wise, but
He was my acting coach.
Yeah.
That's why you got a role on it.
I'm his life coach. Mainly it has to do with nutrition, mental health, but in this case, I fell into the arena of acting. I don't know, you said you just kind of like listen to me and Chris but I have a southern accent, so I don't even know how helpful I was in that regard, to be honest. But yeah, my character, being the one person that doesn't have a costume, until the sequel, maybe.
Take it. Just call me about the costume.
Yeah, I just keep hammering Amita about the costume.
When you send the cash, that makes us tough.
Now, Aaron, had you already developed an American accent, or was it something specifically you did in prepping for this?
Yeah, I guess so. I was living out in LA for a little while and kind of picking out by ear, but I had a voice.
Did anybody get a word of that?
I don't really use a fucking bit. How do you fucking name I'll be in the cage.
Gene, we talked about sort of how far in a film like this, is there a place that you feel is too far? Is there something that, as you guys were writing, you pulled back on? Or does it give you permission to sort of push all the tropes of superheroes as far as you can?
I think we always knew that it was a movie intended for an R rating, intended for an adult audience. So no, I think the main thing that Matthew and I thought was important was not to do anything just that might seem that we were deliberately being provocative. But other than that, we wanted to be true to the spirit of the comic and just tell the story the way it was meant to be told.
Well, there is a distinct sensibility, and I think it's evident in this next clip that we're going to see from the film.